cook a gourmet meal, but they want pizza. Teenagers. Cowabunga! Oh no.
Ooh, pizza.
Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we are coming at you with another look at a GameStop exclusive 2-pack from the Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. And that, of course, is Alfred and Michelangelo. So, jumping right in, we can see they come in this nice, huge open window box. You see only at GameStop here, and then you have 18 pieces here. Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Alfred and Michelangelo action figure 2-pack. You can see them in there, and the box kind of goes over here, and you kind of have a nice foil DC Collectibles direct from the source label. On the top of the box, you have Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. On the bottom of the box, you just have some credits and some barcodes and Nickelodeon stuff. There is nothing on this side of the box, but on this side of the box, we have a nice green shell that says Nickelodeon at the top and comes down to the gentlemen who are responsible for the sculpting, and again, DC Collectibles. Now, on the back of the box, we have some product shots of all the figures in the line, starting, of course, at the top with the first two, with Alfred and Michelangelo, and then you have the brief read-up of the series, and the second paragraph will pertain to the figures in the box. But anyway, you can pause that, read it to your heart's content, but we must be moving on. Going down to the bottom of the back of the box, you can see the other sets of figures in the waves, or in the series. You have Batman Leonardo, Robin Raphael, Batgirl and Donatello, and Ra's al Ghul and the Shredder. But anyway, that's it for the back of the box. That's it for the sides of the box. That is it for the box. No one wants to see these guys in the box. I know I don't. So let's get them out and see what they can do. And here we have this odd couple out of the box. And as we have done in the past, we will do the figures one at a time. And we will start with Michelangelo. And as we focus in on Michelangelo, we see that he is pretty much the same figure that we took a look at the very beginning of this venture with the exclusive Bat Mikey figure. He stands slightly above 5 inches tall, and this particular one comes with a couple accessories. He has a couple pair of nunchucks, 2 pairs of alternate hands, a piece of pizza, and a skateboard, all in which we'll take a closer look at in just a moment. But first, I want to get a closer look on this figure. And coming real close in on Michelangelo, you can see he has this nice round green head with his traditional orange bandana, and it's really nice. It goes all the way around. It's basically paint until you get to the back part here, which is a glued piece that bring the strips down off his shoulders. He has a nice smile that goes all the way across the bottom of his mouth. He has some nice cheek he has some nice cheek lines there, and these eyes, these huge white eyes, they just make him look so adorable. I love those eyes. They're just so round, and it makes him look happy and goofy, and I don't know at all. But anyway, coming down, he has his neck, he has some shoulders, got a few tune marks here on the bottom of the shoulders. Coming down his shoulder, he has his tan elbow pad, some more tune marks here on the back of the shoulder. Nothing much on the forearm. You do have like kind of this line going across the bottom of the wrist. Coming back to the middle of the shell, it's all tan. You have the black marks that denote the ab designs. He has his brown belt with his M for Michelangelo. He has 2 holsters, and on the sides you got a little bit of detail in there, but not much. The back of the shell is all dark green and nicely detailed, though. You got the little sections there. Coming back to the front, you got the legs and the inner thighs. You have the tune marks there. Coming down to knee pads, which are tan, and you have some more marks right here on the inside. The feet, you do have a few lines going across the top of the feet and some molded detail into the toes. that's pretty much it. On the bottom, you have your trademark names and numbers, it says all that other stuff. But anyway, that is pretty much what this guy looks like. Moving on. And for articulation, basically head goes around 360 degrees. These move a little bit, but I wouldn't move them too much because they feel kind of stiff and you don't want them popping off on you. Shoulders, they do go around 360 degrees and they come up a little bit and in a little bit. So he does have a kind of a forearm swivel right here, and he has an elbow bend which comes up and it's kind of hidden in the knee pad, in the elbow pad. Sorry about that. So it can go up and down, such as that. He does have a wrist swivel, goes all the way around. The hands are interchangeable. We'll get to his interchangeable hands later, but anyway, that's pretty much it for what you got for the upper body. There is nothing going on here because this is one solid piece and it's a shell. Legs can go up a little bit, back not that much because the shell gets in the way, kind of out to the side. You do kind of have a thigh swivel right here, but not too much or it will pop off. And he does have a double knee bend, so that's good. So you get a little motion right there. So bring that back. All right, and the foot can go up and back down, and it can go all the way around, so you get some rocking action there. So that's a lot of good stuff with the foot. Okay, and that's pretty much it for your articulation. And for his first set of alternate hands, he has these open hands, which are kind of peaceful, or, or, his karate chopping hands, like, yeah, wow, dude. So, yeah, there you are. Karate chopping hands, or luau hands, whatever you want. You decide. Moving on. And for Michelangelo's last set of alternate hands, they have weapon holding hands. And you basically just pop those on, and you can see he has little crevices in that he can hold stuff in. So we'll need to bring him some weapons. Fortunately, he has two nice pairs of nunchakas. And these are nicely done. You can see they have a nice brownish red handle and some gray here, and they are actually connected by little actual metal rings. So that is nicely done. I like it. I like it a lot. And what you can do with these is you can put them together like this, and you can just first slide them into Michelangelo's holster. Now the holster isn't open on the bottom, so they actually will just have to sit in there from the top, and you can't pull them out from the bottom or anything. But anyway, that's actually nicely done. I do like that. So they could just sit in there for weapon storage. Or, since he has two sets, he can have one stored and just slide this into here and bring the other hand over like this here, and he could be wielding a set, and that looks really nice. I like how he holds those nunchucks. I kind of did miss, I think, an opportunity like they did in the NECA to have kind of a little spinning kind of effect, so you could do that. And of course he can hold both sets of his nunchucks if he was so inclined. We can get them out of the holster here. Put this in there. And trying to be very careful. Ha-ha! They kind of look like sausages, but that's okay. So, yeah, I like that. So you can have him slinging his nunchucks. All right, moving on. And Michelangelo also comes with a slice of pizza. Like, he's going to be included without one of those. And obviously, you just slide this in his hand, and he's ready to go munching. Nom, 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 nom. Yay, pizza dude! Woo! Yum, yum, yum. So, yeah, gotta have that pizza. All right, moving on. And last but not least, Michelangelo comes with a skateboard, and this thing is really nicely done. You can see it's basically got a brown board. He has some black grip tape on the fronts and the back for his feet, and some rivets right here. You can see 4 of them there, and some spots up here on the board. So that's pretty neat. On the bottom of the board, you have some different pieces that come off the sides, and you see the wheels, nice and orange and silver like that, and he has some stickers on there. Those are kind of gruesome, very nicely done though. The wheels have a little bit of tan on the inside, so they did a really good job with the wheels. I wish they would have made them roll a little bit, but they don't. They're just static, so it's basically not gonna go anywhere if you like put it down or anything. It just sits there. So you can pose him on it, so he can do that. Yeah, cowabunga dude, you know. Oh yes, I guess you can kind of push it along like that, and if you want to, you can have him carrying it, so it will slide into his hand real quick, so he can carry it around with him. But technically, I'm not sure if this is his or if it's Alfred's, because he did get in a little bit of trouble in the movie and Alfred took it, and it was technically on Alfred's side of the package, if you remember. Alright, moving on. And full comparison, here he is with the initial Bat Mikey release, and you can tell and see that they are the exact same figure except different head sculpt, and this one is wearing a cape. The colors may be just a little different, but that's probably due to the when it was made. So what you could probably do, if we were so inclined, is pop off these heads, and this is what you'd get. So it's really not anything different. So anyway, that is it for comparison with himself. Moving on. And here you have all 4 turtles together at last. Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Raphael. And they look really nice together. I really like this set. I like that they design them each differently with their own unique qualities and features, so that you're not having the same thing over and over again. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love the NECA turtles, but there's just something to be said for uniqueness too. Alright, moving on. And here he is with the Bat family that we've reviewed so far. Very nice indeed. Alright, moving on. And this has been our look at Michelangelo. Now, let's move our attention towards Alfred Pennyworth. And here we have the faithful Butler himself, and taking a close look at Alfred, he stands a little over 6.5 inches tall, and he comes with 3 sets of alternate hands other than the closed fist hands he has now, a piece of pizza and a teacup. But we'll take a look at those items later. First off, I want to take a look at Alfred himself. And coming real close in on Alfred, he is a very interesting figure. I've never had an Alfred before, so this will be the first time I'm reviewing one. And taking a look at him, he's your standard Butler looking guy with a bald head, a little bit of hair coming off the sides, nice and blackish, grayish. He has some interesting eyebrows that are coming off to the sides, some nice narrow eyes, like, how quaint, and a very interesting sculpted nose. I mean, it almost looks like it was broken or melted. I don't know. That's kind of strange, but I do think actually that's how it's supposed to look. It has a little mustache there. You can see his frowny face. So might need to chill out a little bit. Interesting thing, he does seem to have a dent here in his head. I don't know if that's just a manufacturing flaw or if he's supposed to have a dent in his head, because Alfred's been hit over the head a few times by various people. But anyway, he is wearing a traditional Butler type tuxedo. Let's see if we can zoom out just a hair, because it's getting too close, it gets kind of foggy. He has a little bow tie there. You can see some lines coming down his shirt. You can see buttons molded in there. He's got 1, 2, 3 buttons, and it comes down to his little maroon vest with some buttons on it as well. Nice black coat. I like that. I like the design. Actually, his little bow tie goes all the way around. I want to mention that before we get too far on. Coming down, he's got some black pants. So he's pretty much all the same color. White gloves, and you can see a little bit of the wrist skin tone in there, so that's pretty neat. White undershirt poking out of the jacket. That's nice. I don't know if we can lift this up. No, there's not much there. But then he comes down to some two-toned white and black shoes. Those are really nicely done. You have some nice detail with the laces and the wingtip. Is that what they were called? Wingtips? I don't know. But anyway, that is pretty neat. This is the back. He's got little tails coming down, so that's nice. He has some... he has his marks inside his leg here. Those are where his serial numbers are, and his stamp DC Comics. So that is pretty neat. All right, and that is what Alfred looks like. I like this guy a lot. All right, moving on. And for articulation, starting at the head, his head can go all the way around 360 degrees. Really doesn't go up or down much. If it does move, it's probably because you're about to pop it off the ball socket. So just be careful with that. Coming down to the shoulders, shoulders do go around 360 degrees. They come up and down, so he's got in and out motion there. He does not have a bicep swivel, but he does have a forearm rotation right here, which is built into his elbow bend, which is pretty nice. We've seen that with almost all these figures. His wrist does go all the way around, but it doesn't swivel up and down because it's just on a peg. So be careful with that, and if you do move it around, it's because it's about to come off. Now, back to the center of body, no ab crunch or anything like that. Waist articulation, he does have it, but it's very hard to come by because you have these tails are there, so just be careful. And it doesn't go all the way around, it just kind of moves a little bit to the right and left, so it does feel very fragile too. So moving down to the legs can go up a bit. Back is hindered by the kind of the little tails, but you can get a little bit, and you can get out to the side a lot, so that is pretty creepy. His thigh swivel, I mean, it kind of there. You can feel it. It does move a bit, but I don't know if it's something that they actually wanted you to do a lot with. Double knee bend, which is nice. Got a lot of knee range there. And coming down to his boot cut. Nothing there, the boot cut, but coming down to the shoe, it is on a rocker, so it goes all the way around. It can go up a little bit, down a little bit. But basically what you're going to do is get this rocking motion out of it. So that is pretty much it for articulation. He does feel kind of stiff, so you may have to work him out a little bit from the box. So that brittle plastic, but be very, very careful. Moving on. And for Alfred's first set of alternate hands, he has a nice set of open palm hands. So he sits there. I don't know, he's like possibly doing some karate chopping, haha, or put something in there and you could be cleaning. Oh, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. That is all I do. I clean all day. La 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 la. All right, moving on. And for Alfred's next set of alternate hands, he has a pair of holding hands, and he has two different ones with a wider grip and a narrower grip, so he can hold different things. Like he could actually take Michelangelo's skateboard and hold it like so. You will get this back when you are behave, Master Michelangelo. So hey, let go. So there he goes. He has it there. And in his other hand, which is a little narrower, he can hold this awesome slice of pizza he comes with, because they all come with slices of pizza. So like hold it, pizza, slice of pizza. Yeah, well, that's one way to hold it, I guess. You're not really supposed to hold pizza like that, Alfred. those gloves are gonna get dirty. But anyway, there you go. So that is his holding hands. Moving on. And for Alfred's last set of alternate hands, he has these little teacup holding hands. He got the little fingers out, and he's got pinched off. So you got a right and a left one of those. So I guess they just weren't sure whichever hand he wanted to hold his white teacup in. And this is here, white and tea. And it could just slide right in there, and he can, drop it. No, it could just slide right in there, and then he could hold it. So I've got the tea, Master Bruce. Ha ha ha! So we can drink some tea. So yeah, there you go. If you ever wanted your Alfred to have tea holding hands. All right, moving on. And for comparison, here you have Alfred with the rest of the Bat family we reviewed. Batman, Robin, and Batgirl. And he looks quite at home in there. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, moving on. And here Alfred is with the rest of the Ninja Turtles that we've reviewed. Moving on. And this has been the GameStop exclusive Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2-pack of Alfred and Michelangelo. And I really have to admit that I had a real good time playing with these figures and showing them off to you. They were a lot better than the last two, the Donatello and the Batgirl, mostly because Michelangelo didn't fall apart on me. Alfred was a unique figure here. I liked him. I never had an Alfred before. He is kind of lanky and tall. I was afraid he might break on me because he did feel a little brittle, but you know, we got through it. The hands were a little hard to interchange with Alfred because the pegs are so small to get them on there, but hey, it worked. So Michelangelo, he was fun. Again, nothing really new here other than the accessories, because we basically saw this figure with the Bat Mikey review that we did, so it's a gimme. So guys, that's the review. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, keep playing.